Star Wars Episode 1.
The Phantom Menace.
The Phantom Menace.
Was there actually a Phantom Menace?
Yeah, it was Darth Maul and Sidious.
He didn't.
That was the whole point of the title. That there was a menace and they didn't know what the menace was, and then it was so that's the Phantom.
Let's start with the name. Did you guys like the name?
Yeah, I liked the name at the time.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, I remember at the time everything leading up to the actual movie was on point. It was the best. All the promotional materials were spot on. Most of the promotional materials didn't have Jar Jar Binks jumping around in it. Well, the trailers, I mean, didn't have Jar Jar Binks jumping around.
I don't remember the trailer at all. It would actually be nice to be able to see the trailer up there, so I can be like.
There was a trailer for that movie.
Yeah, it was like every story has a beginning. Every saga has a backstory.
I don't remember it at all.
Every backstory should be told. Something like that.
I was excited to see the movie. I was excited to see the movie. I just, looking back at it as the Phantom Menace, I mean, Menace just seemed kind of annoying, and Phantom kind of seemed a little bit of Phantom of the Opera to me. I'm
going to be honest, guys. I never.
You
really
were thinking about Phantom of the Opera when you were like 10.
No, I'm like, I just said.
This is too much like Phantom of the Opera.
No, I said
for my 10-year-old self.
If you just listen to when I speak, I just said looking back at it now.
Looking back,
Menace is a little annoying, and Phantom's just like, just Phantom of the Opera. That's what I was saying.
Who knows?
So
all we can judge it by is the actual movie, which was bad.
It was, Monica and I were at 54th Street Grill, actually, and they actually had the Phantom Menace scroll going on, and Monica gets really excited. She's like, oh, Star Wars, yes. I'm like, oh, Phantom Menace, no. And we were talking about the opening, and she hates the opening of that movie. And I actually liked it, because I'm like, oh, we get to start with the Jedi. So I thought the opening was pretty good, and it was more Jedi action than we've ever seen in any of the movies. We got more lightsaber battles right from the get-go. They were hitting lasers with their lightsabers, and I had never seen that before, or really known that was possible, because the first 3 movies Luke deflected some laser blast, but he didn't really use it to attack other people.
Right.
So it was cool to see it from that aspect.
You're probably going to see more Jedi, because in the earlier movies there was only 1 or 2 Jedi.
Was he the last Jedi?
Well, there was no other Jedi. So I mean, this is like Obi-Wan, who was
I'm
like.
I'm joking for the next movie coming up, The Last Jedi.
Oh.
So, never mind.
Oh,
I forgot.
Chris got it.
Jesse, a cheat sheet. Sorry about that, Jesse.
Guys, you have to give me when you're gonna do like a really stupid Star Wars joke. Please slip me something so I can at least feign a laugh.
Hey.
Shut up, Chris.
Slip you something? Like a roofie?
Yeah, slip me something.
So it starts with the 2 Jedi, and before we started rolling, Chris was going over his voice acting skills of the
big problem that it kind of gets swept under the rug because there's so many other problems with that movie, but George Lucas really quadrupled down on kind of semi-racist aliens. You got the Trade Federation aliens are like, oh, we are the Trade Federation, and we are going to preemptively attack the Republic.
I just get it now that you said that.
And then Jesse's got a pretty good. I don't know if you can do it right now.
I can't.
The Watto character.
I can't do it yet.
Like a. I don't even. It's like an Arab.
Annie, is that you?
Yeah, it's like, oh, this is the Arab greedy trader stereotype.
I just want to point out, I practiced that in my car for a while, and I finally got it.
Nailed it.
And then I sent it to Chris, and he didn't think it was that cool at the time, but now he thinks it's way funnier.
No. Well, I never really noticed those. Actually, I noticed the accents, right, but I never really noticed.
Well, it gets all covered up in this miasma dreck that the rest of the movie is.
Which, I think the best part of the opening is revealing that Liam Neeson's going to be in the movie. I mean, badass.
At the time, I didn't really know who Liam Neeson was at the time.
What?
Rob Roy?
Well, I was only 13.
Excalibur?
I was only 13.
I mean...
You're more a child of the 80s than I am, so...
Well, yeah.
So it makes more sense that you'd know him than me.
Liam Neeson, dude. Everybody
I hadn't
next
seen,
to kin.
I hadn't seen Rob Roy. I hadn't
Rob Roy's
seen
sweet.
Yeah, that was a
Excalibur.
great
I
movie.
hadn't seen.
I like Next to Kin. I like Excalibur. But one thing you already knew, though, I mean, coming into it, is that even at that point, Liam Neeson dies in like every fucking movie he's in.
Like Sean
That's
Bean.
true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
sad.
so it starts with
He
them.
hadn't become taken yet. So.
What's Obi-Wan Kenobi's character's name?
Obi-Wan Kenobi?
No, I'm sorry, the character,
Actor.
the actor. Yes,
Ewan McGregor and
Ewan McGregor.
Yeah.
He's super young in that. Just kind of looking back
Oh,
at him.
and well, that's one of the great things about the prequels is Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan. He nailed it, I think. I know some people think he was a little stiff in the first movie, but I don't know.
I thought he was good,
some
actually.
But I
Ewan
thought he was
pretty
great
good.
the whole time.
It's no Conan the Barbarian.
Well, you know, I thought the worst part where I lost it in when I looking back at it, I enjoyed the overall the movie. My first time I saw it in theaters, but looking back at it now, when they go from the underwater scene, they get to the planet. And Jar Jar falls on top of Qui-Gon Jinn, and that whole from starting there to where they dive in, it just seems like an unnecessary step to get to Naboo. Like they could have cut out all those characters
Could have cut out Jar Jar.
and went straight
But
to Naboo.
They needed
Like-
the character building of Jar Jar, though, to really build the first film.
It's
It was. I wish someone had the power to tell George no, George, no Jar Jar, because I think the movie probably could have been. Because
But
I
he
think
was-
it's got the seeds.
He was probably just curious.
The
though, 'cause-
prequels had the seeds. If you look at all of them, they got the seeds of a great storyline in there. He hits the beats. It's the execution. It's the details that destroy it. It's not the art, the overwhelming arch. It's the arc. Sorry, but it's the little details that they try to bring it to life with that all fall flat. And Jar Jar is the most egregious one that everyone agrees is horrible. He was so bad that they cut him from the rest of the films. But if you look at all the problems that the prequels have, most of them are because they decided to set the first film with Anakin as a 9-year-old, and you can't really do much character building. Like, okay, that's basically just saying there's a guy named Anakin out there.
Yeah.
You can't send Anakin up on a path to the dark side or even on a path to the light side. He's a kid. He's
I wish
not
they
going to
would've
have
started-
those conflicts.
It would have been cool to see young Annie, but not focus on it for very
And then
long.
skip
Right,
ahead.
just
They
skip
could've-
ahead.
They could have
Yeah.
done
Could've-
that about half the movie and then
Right.
skipped ahead.
like they did in Rogue One, which
Yeah.
he didn't like Rogue One, but
I mean, but I only did, the
I
only
did
reason I
like
didn't
that
like
part.
it was because it was a shitty movie. It was no other reason. No other specific
I
reason.
didn't mind that at all. I just,
It's
I,
okay.
I think,
Rogue
I
One.
think sticking on Annie through the pod racing,
Well, the pod racing's cool. I mean, that idea is cool.
the pod race
It wasn't
scenes-
necessarily
necessary,
executed the best way.
Well, and Episode 1 has some of the best set pieces in all the films. The pod race scene is a masterpiece. I mean, a lot of people don't like it because it's kind of unimportant to the rest of the movie, but like it's too much time spent on that. But in terms of its
I get it.
execution, it was done very well, and it's entertaining just by itself.
I get it because it shows Anakin being good at flying at a very young age. It shows that he had the skills.
Yeah,
and that's
they
kind of-
also showed him that when he blew up the Droid Federation ship all by himself.
Well, I'm saying, like, I get it, and I think that they could have executed, like you were saying, like Qui-Gon Jinn finds them, and they move on. Then all of a sudden, where Attack of the Clones starts,
Right.
that should have been where we picked up with Andy next. Like,
Yeah,
he was
you
halfway
could
through.
you could maybe have the first act
And
of the
you-
movie be Qui-Gon finding Anakin and him and what's his face, Obi-Wan fighting Darth Maul and Qui-Gon getting killed.
Yeah.
And then you fast forward and Anakin's getting raised by Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Or he's getting
Or
he's getting
you
his training done on Coruscant with Obi-Wan, and then you have a whole film there, and then the next film could be Attack of the Clones, but you don't have to, and then you could
Darth Maul.
yeah. Well, we don't have to get into Attack of the Clones yet, but
We're not, but we're still
Right.
in Phantom Menace. Like, they killed the best villain
Right.
throughout any movie.
They could've kept, like we said
I don't know
before,
if Darth Maul could have been. I think he's one of the best villains because they killed him.
I don't think so.
Because I don't know
think
how
so.
But
he
he
could have
looked really cool though. Like
Right.
he looked like a fucking monster.
Yeah.
And he had a cool dual-ended lightsabers that have
Yeah.
a specific
He was
name
good
in
at
your
fighting.
universe.
No,
I don't know.
Dooku is old and
dual
slow.
lightsaber.
I figure you guys would have
It's just
some
a dual
cool name
lightsaber.
for it or
I'm
something.
sorry. There's
It's
no
a dual
way.
lightsaber.
There's no way in hell.
We're not crazy.
The way
What, do you think this is Star Trek? No.
he was a dual wielder, man. I think there's no way you should have ever killed Darth Maul because first of all, we really didn't get much of a character building with him anyhow throughout the first movies. And
Yeah, he's an unmotivated force. You don't know what drives him, why he is who he is, or which doesn't have to be.
I'm not saying that I don't think you need that, but what I'm saying
just
is
a blank slate.
Like less pod racing, more battles with Darth Maul because that little skirmish he had with Qui-Gon Jinn was great. It was cool to see that. You know, you saw like how good Darth Maul was and there's 7 different Jedi fighting styles, and the one that Darth Maul trained in was way better against Qui-Gon's fighting style. And that's why Obi-Wan Kenobi is such a good fighter because Obi-Wan Kenobi's fighting style is a defensive fighting style, which really helps him defeat Darth Maul in other
What's your problem over there, Jesse?
Oh no,
he's laughing because I'm a nerd.
No, it's
Fighter
fine.
Says?
I found
If you
something.
play-
I
if you
found something in my
played,
pocket. I found something in my pocket, and that was.
If you played Knights of the
funny
Old
at the time.
Republic, that's where you learn about the Jedi fighting styles and everything.
Yeah.
It's from a game.
I think it's cool.
It's from a RPG, which you have no room to cast aspersions on someone else for being really into an RPG.
I mean, 7 fighting styles. That's great.
Yeah,
That's great.
But I think it's cool because it gives a little depth to the characters, and you see that, and they do, and you see how like each character kind of builds their fighting style, and they make fun of it in some of the other movies too. But the worst scene is, and also Princess Amidala, it was terrible. I thought there was too much dress and too much flashy character.
well, she's. For being a central character of that film, she's completely... Well, I guess part of it is because it's her bodyguard the whole time. So it's Padme's, the real Amidala. I thought Natalie Portman was fine in that too. I think
Padme was fine.
I think actually most of the actors except for Samuel L. Jackson, were great in all of the movies. They did fine. Samuel L. Jackson looked like he was kind of phoning it in, and so did Hayden Christensen. He gets plenty of hate for his performance too.
Let's stick to the first movie.
So, yes, sorry.
So let's stick to the first movie. So all I'm saying is the way they went, like you said, had some of the best sets, but I think it was too much. The costumes, the sets it was too much. It was so much focus on that rather than the dialogue that's in the movie. Or expanding on the plot.
George Lucas is bad at dialogue, and he didn't have anyone to hold him in check this time.
I could see that, but I just
right. Like he might have spent as much time as he did on the other films on dialogue. He's just bad at it.
What is Jar Jar's race again? Is he a Goomba or a
Gungan?
Gungan. Do you guys like the Gungan race at all?
No, they're horrendous. They're all
okay. I didn't know if it was just a Jar Jar thing you guys hated, or just.
I mean, they're all basically like Jar Jar. They're just like slightly less Jar Jar,
less annoying,
but they're still basically like Jar Jar. They're not clumsy Jar Jar.
Something I didn't understand is like when the big boss wanted to see, he's like,
yeah.
I'm like, that's
like something to make little kids go.
Yeah, I would agree with that. So if we cut out all the Gungans, then who would fight the droid army in that movie? I think that whole battle scene, you can get rid of it and just figure something new out.
Yeah.
Because then you had Jar Jar being in the middle of this. He's in a circle.
If the only thing you needed to do to defeat them is blow up the Droid Federation ship, then all you needed was Anakin.
It was a space battle.
It was a little kid in a starship all by himself.
I think it'd be cool if it was just a space battle.
And then you still could have the Duel of Fates, which is the best lightsaber battle in the whole series.
I agree. What really pissed me off.
The music's great. Darth Maul and Qui-Gon Jinn. You don't think that was a good fight?
It's good. Yeah. It's good. I mean,
which one's better?
Conan the Barbarian.
Oh God!
Stay wrong series.
I'm staying
You're getting on me for going to the wrong movie.
I'm staying true to myself.
Overall, I think what we're trying to say is that Phantom Menace it lacked in progress. It lacked in development, and it was just terrible. So
yeah,
Do I get to talk yet, or what?
Go say something.
Can I talk?
No.
Because I'd like to talk.
Say something.
Can I talk?
Yes.
I think the film needed more scenes with Liam Neeson. Because a lot of the Liam Neeson scenes are some of the best scenes in the entire movie. But when they don't have him, the movie is completely lacking. Like he was like the star. Him and Ewan McGregor did all right. He wasn't nearly as good as he is in like episode 3.
Yeah.
But if you had more scenes with him, the movie would have been better. And keep Darth Maul alive. Keep them both alive.
He was in.
I think the problems. I think the problems are more fundamental than that. I think what
he was like in the entire movie.
Who? No,
Yeah,
but he's not in a lot of scenes. I'm saying his scenes are much better. And the scenes he's not in with like Anakin and all
he's
that
in
stuff,
a lot of the scenes.
He needs to be on 100% of the scenes.
Well, then that
and
makes, I agree with that argument.
This movie
like,
could have been a
he's
6
he's
out
in the
of
very
10
beginning,
instead of
and
a 3 out of
he's
10.
all the way through, and he finds Annie, and then like he's like the star.
Yeah, and a lot of the scenes are like because the beginning scene, it's him
He's like
walking
in the
through like a
entire
storm or
movie.
something, isn't it?
Yeah, the problems are
That
more
scene's
fundamental than just more Liam Neeson.
No.
And don't kill Darth Maul.
No.
All right, Palpatine.
No.
I was like, he was in the whole movie. I think there may have been 5 minutes of the movie without Liam Neeson.
Yeah, those
in it.
5 minutes fucking
Shit,
suck.
I would agree with that. But
I
like,
wouldn't watch it again because of that. Is that it? Is that it, Chris? Do you have something else to say?
No, it's the problems are structural, and they're the reasons the other 2 movies had problems is because of episode 1 and the decisions they made in that movie.
I agree.
All right.
All right, moving on to episode 2.
Thanks. This has been Asinine.
This is Asinine.